Hello, fellow co-workers of the world. My name is Frankie, and I am here with episode 6. I've just gotten a little bit of a head start, but we have about 2 hours to edit down as much as possible. We are down a track, which does make this a little bit easier, and I can already kind of see a bit of a back and forth very clearly defined, so fingers crossed it'll be pretty simple. But I am seeing also that there's going to be a little bit of audio cleanup to do along the way. So we're going to get some timer started, we're going to listen to some chill music, and we're going to get through as much as possible. It'll definitely be a shorter stream for today, just because I was stuck back at work for longer than expected. Stuck back at the day job at the very least. So excuse the hoarseness. I've had to do a lot of talking. But I don't know, maybe that's a little more ASMR for folks at home. Until our break, I'm gonna go on a quick mute, push through as much as possible, and I will see you in the hour. Oha, hello. How are you doing? How is your day going? I apologize if I sound a little hoarse. I was at a work function. Oh my gosh, yes! Finish the hat. Don't you also have like a dress and a skirt and a cape? I forget. You had a couple projects you were eyeing. Yeah, given the time it probably is. That doesn't shock me.
You can't keep doing this to yourself. She's moved on. Meanwhile, you're out there just...
You have reminded me that I needed to hydrate really bad. I am a little hoarse. Nay. Oh, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the, Quick. I heard of an infiltrating owl. Who? It's just side eyes. Yes, it was a dress and a poncho. That's right. Bless. Well, I hope you're able to make very good progress. We got a little timer going. We're gonna crunch for the next like 50-ish minutes. Obviously take things at your pace, but I have 2 hours. 4 hats? That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I assume in like different colorways, yeah? Unless it's like 4 matching hats for the family. Yeah, all right. We got 2 hours on this timeline. I'm sure we can make some good progress. Yeah, would you believe whenever I go to shows, especially like music shows where there's a lot of singing and stuff like that, or karaoke, anytime I go to karaoke, I will have this like kind of deeper register where my vocal fry doesn't come through very often, and it is one of Kaylin's favorite ranges that I can hit. Unfortunately not too naturally, so I am not like to strain my voice for hours before talking, so it doesn't get used very often. But this is the voice where Kaylin's like, hey, have you ever thought about doing ASMR? You know, you should really get in on that as soon as it turns to this. But I'm not much of an ASMR connoisseur, so I don't know if it suits, but I don't know, food for thought. Perhaps I could. It would certainly be fun. I think it would be very amusing to do. My hope is that the more testosterone I get, the more naturally it'll be able to sit at like this lower chest range, because I think this sounds great. I love how this sounds personally, but we'll see where the voice box kind of shifts to. I know what my other siblings sound like, and it's not too far off this, so I don't know, fingers crossed, we'll see. Yeah, I have teased Kaylin for it, but also at the same time, I am very much like, thank you, tucks hair behind ears, so you're saying I sound good. Oh, that's a good idea. I've had this like funny theory, not theory, what's the word I want? I've had this like little idea in mind to read union literature, just because I think it would be a funny way to marry the like, hey, here's what unions are and here's what you should expect of your unions, blah 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 blah, and also here's some history for unions in Australia because they actually have done like really fucking cool shit. And marrying that with like this kind of lower register, because it's not painful to talk like this at all. It's just you know, it's just a little strained from having to talk so much today. But I think you would have found the work event kind of cool. It was like a social thingy, kind of like a get to know your coworkers type deal, and it was axe throwing. I did not win. I was real shit at it, actually. But I did get 1 bullseye, so they cannot take that away from me. Oh, totally. I think what I would do is I would use my, I have 2 microphones. I have this one I use for daily driving. Just a really nice dynamic microphone. It's very good at pickup, but also it's excellent at cutting a lot of background noise. And I do have a noisy street behind me, so it's great for that. However, I do have a lovely, lovely condenser microphone, and that's just much better for picking up all of the range. So I'd probably swap over to something like that and read a book or read a script. I do have an April Fool's ASMR I would like to do one time, perhaps, but we'll see. Oh, don't be afraid of axe throwing. Well, actually, no, it depends. Straight up depends where you go. Where we went, super chill, very good instructors, and like they basically monitor your behavior the entire time. So it is extremely safety conscious. I do not know if the standards are the same in the US, so obviously proceed with caution. I'm glad I went. We did have a situation where someone's axe was thrown with such force and didn't like stick the landing. It hit the handle, so it bounced right back to them. But he was very quick on his feet and no one was hurt. But that was a like everyone looked over and was like, everyone okay over here? What the fuck just happened? Oh, you know what, Chaos? Fair. Very fair. Yeah, you can still have a lovely time without, you know, participating in that stuff. It's kind of, when I really badly injured my back, I attended a bowling event, but I just like ate the food and chilled with everyone and kind of like made conversation between all the bowling going on because there was no fucking way I was playing with my back the way it was. Not happening. Wow. And that's all I have to say on the matter. We shall see. You know what? This doesn't look as bad as it could be. I think it'll be all right. But you know what I did do, and I am a fool for doing it, is I did not duplicate my track here, which was silly. That's fucking hilarious. I almost did that tonight, actually, but I don't know if it counts because, like, the board we were playing on was pretty fucking dinged up. So there were, like, prime spots where it could wedge if you did get if you got the energy just right. But if he did that on a clean board, I don't think... Would they count the points for that? I assume they wouldn't. Maybe they would if they were having fun. If they were being silly with it, they might. Okay, yeah, that's probably a, you know, a valid reaction. I think I'd just be too amused at it. I'd probably count the points because it's like, well, you know, it's in the board. Surely it counts. Exactly. All they tell you is, hey, this is the point ring. Get it here for this number of points. They don't care. Well, they don't care to specify how it must be done. So, surely. Yep. That's good. That's good. Definitely a bit of a slower episode I'm feeling from the edit so far. Ooh. Okay, this is the only problem with not having the producer here to make an executive decision. There are some times in the edit where it feels like they're breaking kayfabe, and it's totally up to executive to decide whether that's the kind of thing you wish to include, because some people like having table talk in the middle of the scene. But I don't know if that's the case here. I'm gonna leave it in, and ultimately if they want to cut it out, it would actually be really simple because it's a very clean edit point from this. What I'll likely do, Chaos, is when I get to the end of this edit, I tend to mark key points. So actually, while I'm here, I'll drop in a marker, because I always send through roughly where the mid-roll is and where the credits come in and etc., because they usually go in and tweak that. And what I might ask is, you know, there's this point here. You can either choose to leave it in or remove it, but check this point to this point and determine for yourself. And that way she can make the executive call on that, because thankfully I am just doing a dialogue edit, which means when I spit this out, it is just super easy to be like, chop, chop, remove. Shrink the episode down a little bit further. It's not going to be a problem. I'm kind of surprised with how the track looks though, but we will see. I'd ask them right now, but I don't think she's online. I think she would very much be asleep at the moment. Very opposite time zone situation. Yeah, like there is a little bit more table talk here, but it's more about the scene. And my instinct would be to remove this for flow of continuity. And I think I'm going to just make that editing decision because there are times when they may talk about like, oh, this note has happened. I want to talk to you after the game about that. And that's kind of like a bit of intrigue for the audience. Then there are times where they're like, oh, I actually want to do this. And it's a different kind of kayfabe break where it just kind of breaks the flow. And that's the point where I'm like, okay, I think we can just remove that because nothing is served by keeping this here. So what I might do is I might reshuffle. Oh, kayfabe? Where like they break from the scene or the circumstance? I'll be honest, my brain is not working, so I don't remember what I said just 10 seconds ago. But the content of this edit is that it's a role-playing game. So they're talking in scene, and then they will have moments where they will like break away from the character in the scene to talk as the player rather than as the character. And there are times when they do that where it's like, oh, that's interesting for an audience to listen to. They might find that fun. Oh, the term kayfabe. Okay. No, you're totally fine. So kayfabe, I believe, comes from wrestling terminology, but it's not exclusive to it. The concept is you know how wrestlers will have like storylines, and in the fiction of the wrestling story, you might have two wrestlers who are arch enemies because he said some awful things about that guy's mother, and now he's come back into the ring and they're gonna duke it out and he's here to get his revenge. That's like kayfabe. It's like put on, it's like story. And then to break from kayfabe, or to like break the kayfabe, is to like rip away the curtain and to just talk as like the person behind the character. So in wrestling, breaking the kayfabe would be to like rock up in the ring and address the guy as like your coworker instead of as this like arch enemy you're going up to fight in the ring. At least that's like the first example I would think of. And then in cases of role-playing games, it's a similar sort of thing. You've got like the fiction, the characters, everyone are playing at the table, and then you can break the kayfabe, and instead of speaking as the character, you speak as the person. So in this case, Anita plays a character called Lucky, and when talking as Lucky, that's like in kayfabe, it's like in the scene. And then when Anita is talking as Anita, that's breaking the kayfabe. It's breaking out of the scene to speak as the player. Yeah, so that's kind of how it works. I think if you go to write it, kayfabe is one word. But otherwise, yeah, that's kind of like a little bit about the term and where it comes from. It's honestly a very good term for RPG podcasts because it makes a very clear distinction between the fiction that is being written by everyone at the table and the like mechanical topside level thinking of actually running the game, or again, like talking about the characters outside of the moment. No? There we go. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I haven't watched a full playthrough, but I have seen some of their shorts. And sometimes what they do with their comedy, where they're like, in some of the examples I've seen, they kind of joke with breaking the kayfabe. Like they may make a joke, which they as players are fully self-aware of that the characters are doing, just to like egg on the bit. And so you'll have like these fun moments where they're like flirting with the idea of breaking the kayfabe, or it's like a little wink and a nod to the audience through the characters. It's kind of like a fourth wall break. I've seen some of their jokes on that and they're very, very funny. I'm actually so glad for them that they're doing so well. Like, they've got such a special thing going with how they do their comedy. It's genuinely so wonderful to see. Ooh, I haven't seen that bit, but I wouldn't be shocked if they do a nice little thing there. I sure hope I am. Let's see. 2 hours to go. So, yes and no. How are you doing tonight? It is a delight talking to you, Chaos. But also, like, yeah, I really should be more strict with the timer, where it's like, hey, that timer's up, I'm gonna lock in, and then I'll come back to chat at the end of it. But who is gonna explain kayfabe if I don't stop what I'm doing? Okay, hopefully I can smooth this out a little bit, because I'd like to have the scene just roll, but I don't have a clean, like, I do this to start the sentence. Can I find a really nice, neat Lucky Does or I Give or something like that? Okay, I can make this work. I can do a little tricky edit. I can be a little neato with this. Oops, that one there. Oh, please don't crash. But that reminds me, I need to fucking save right now. No. What are you doing? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, saved. We're good. We're winning. Oh, I fucking did it. I've smoothed up. Oh, I did it. The scene is smooth. It is good. Ooh. I'm glad you caught it. 10 out of 10. Is this the last hat you're working on? Is that what you said? I'm so excited for you that you've got 4 hats on order. That's amazing. They do look so good. Oh, very nice. Ooh, there we go. That's one timer popping off there. But don't worry, there's about 14 minutes or so before we have a little break. Okay, I got 5 minutes, so I'm gonna do a little track cleanup. It's like a reward. What I do need to do is a nice little bit of denoise. We're gonna hit that. Okay, we're going to hit it with a little bit of denoise just to get rid of some of the fan in the background. Perfection, that is exactly what I want. Now, if I also go over here, I could probably get a little bit of this cleaned up. Just a nice little bit of cleanup. Just a little detailing going on here. Perfect. Okay. little 30 seconds early, but I think that is plenty fine. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little stop here, do a little work break, and I'm gonna do a little stretch. Likelihood is I will not be completing another full hour. I don't know, maybe. We'll see how I go. I am very fortunate that I have work from home tomorrow, so I can, in fact, stay up a little late working on this, see how far I get, and then gauge it from there. Is tomorrow Friday? Yes, it is. Oh my god, the week has disappeared so fast. Boy howdy, it has just evaporated. I might be able to do a little stream tomorrow. I do want to get all of these done before I swap over, because porting everything over would be just a tad frustrating. Not impossible, but still. I've gone a little bit different on the edit for this one as well. It's not running as, in audio terms, it's not running as hot, which I think is going to yield a better result in the long term. I think honestly it might be a little bit like the headspace chaos, just because I think having the structure and on top of that having like the mutualistic nature of it, because I'm not especially doing anything to grab your attention, right? We're just kind of cohabitating in the same area. It's like, to me, it's not that different from when I will like play a game on the Switch while Kaylin is playing on the PS5. It's one of those things where it's like, we're both in the space, we're both enjoying the space together, but we're also able to freely do our own thing. And then if one of us has something interesting happen, we can kind of break the silence a little bit, share that activity, and then kind of return to what we were doing. I find body doubling super duper productive for that in this context, whereas I get the same issue. Like sometimes I will be in VC doing art, and there is a high probability that if the game someone is playing is too interesting, or maybe they're having like a really good time with it and they're particularly energetic, like that kind of grabs at my attention, and it's really hard for me to just stay in the like sweet spot of like, no, I'm gonna focus in and do the art thing. It also can be a little bit like the space, right? Like part of the reason I have this particular playlist is, one, this particular band is super duper cool and does not do strikes against accounts who play their music. The Midnighters, fantastic like that. But I also very specifically pick the instrumentals because there's no lyrics. And in the rare case where in the instrumental there's some like backing vocals, they're very brief. And I find that for me personally very helpful while editing. Because in editing, I'm editing dialogue. I can't have lyrics going on at the same time, otherwise I split my attention too much. That's just like what I've noticed about myself. So like these streams are like purpose built around those variables. Everyone is a little bit different, of course. If I'm really feeling a particular track, I might have that shit on loop, and that is the only thing I listen to while working on something. Hilariously, the art piece I did of our two VTuber personas putting on makeup, I was blasting Guy by Lady Gaga the entire time, just because it was like the theme song to that piece, and that helped me lock the fuck in. But that's the kind of lock in where it's like, I'm not speaking to anyone, I'm not eating, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing anything but working on this for like hours. which I don't recommend all the time. But when inspiration strikes, I kind of don't fight against it. I'm just like, cool, let's ride this out. Let's make it happen. And I had a lot of fun with that piece, so it totally worked out. And I particularly like that track by Lady Gaga, so I was having a great time on both ends. I don't know if you're familiar with the lyrics, but the lyrics are very like raised eyebrow, but in like a fun camp kind of way. Just chef kiss, perfect stuff. I'm still really proud of that art piece. It might end up being, I want to do like an art in review at the end of this year. And typically with those, you have like a, what's your favorites from the year? That currently is sitting at the top. Like that is tippy top, like one of my faves, just because I really like how the render came out and I think it's very fun. Yeah, I know, right? I had a video mention Lady Gaga's Art Pop album, and I realized that I haven't listened to it from cover to cover. I still haven't, by the way, fake fan, but it reminded me that Art Pop has some really good tracks, so I put it on my MP3 player, and now if it comes up, I'll like heart it if it's one of my faves from, like if I listen to it and I'm like, oh, this is a new fave, I'll add it to like my favorites. And that one, the moment I heard it, I was like, oh, I know what this is being paired up with. I know what art this belongs with. That is the theme song. Just pure perfection. Literally, like, literally the lyric of like, hi, hello? Did that actually work? Let's see. Okay. Hi, hello. Okay, perfect. You can hear me. I can see you somewhat. Yeah, so Windows like fully bricked, fully blue screen. And now I'm about to open the project to see if I've lost any work. I don't think I have. Truthfully, I shouldn't have, because I had saved it off and was in break mode. But you have to actually be shitting me. Unreal. Okay. That's that gay shit. We can't have that. You're gonna change over to Linux. Fuck you, nukes your computer. Alright, let's get a little music going again. Okay. Where is this? Oh. Okay, let's... Okay, alright. Audio engine is bricked. Fine, that's cool. Okay. Oh, you guys? No, I don't need a full report. Cool, that did not open correctly, but that's fine. It opened. Oh, sure. Let's save that. Let's go one more time and we'll see. Okay, that looks like it is loading correctly. And it has not. Fuck. Okay. Oh, that's amazing! I'm so happy for you, Chaos. Fuck yeah! You've absolutely crushed it. I genuinely might move this project over to Audacity before going to Linux, because this is some bullshit. Like, what do you mean all my in-outs are now? Fuck. You can't see, but I'm in another sub-menu trying to route the sound back out the place I need it to. Because this application is very old school and expects me to have an old style deck to route everything. And I'd love to do that, except the mixer I have doesn't have a working port. Oh, it does? Ugh. Alrighty. I'm gonna call it here. As much as I would love to do another hour on this, I clearly have to do a bunch of troubleshooting. Like, whatever the fuck Windows was having an absolute... Yeah, like whatever sent it downhill has like proper cooked it. Yeah, because I can't even... I have this routed so that you can't hear it on purpose because it's not released yet. But the fact I can't hear it, something's gone super wrong. So, we're going to leave it off here. Fuck yeah for crushing it on the hats, Chaos. Hopefully I will get another one of these streams up and maybe we could get some dress or poncho work going. Oh, yeah. I'm basically going to like close everything down. Give it a reboot. There's a chance that Windows has opened in safety mode and some of my apps are upset about that because it's just a precaution when something crashes that it'll be like, hey, we're slowly opening things back up. It's not going to be at full capacity. So I'm sure it's something like that. Let's call it here though. For the rest of the night or day, whatever have you, whatever time zone for you. Don't forget to eat. Don't forget to get some water if you need. Give your body a little stretch. It's good for it, I promise. Don't forget to take your meds. And I will be posting tomorrow if I do another stream. We'll see how the work day goes because it's been a fucking week. But it may just be another kind of chill getting through some more work because I've got episode 6, 7, 8, and 9 to try to complete it. So fingers crossed, we'll make some progress. Until then, have a lovely rest of your time zone, and I will catch you on the flip. Bye-bye.